my god, that was so stressful.
Are we live? I assume we're live.
I think we are. I have no way to tell.
Assuming we're live. Hi.
Hi, I'm Philip.
I'm Tommy. We are
live.
We are live, yes. Whoops. Yeah. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. Philip is not here this evening. He is ill.
We do not have his computer.
Yeah, so we were trying to do it on our own, and we were floundering.
And it didn't work.
Luckily, no one died.
Yet. Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Yeah, we're using the phone.
Yes.
But I've got my laptop here so that we can see the chat. But now there's two of us doing things, and it's
weird. I don't really like it very much.
Yeah. I don't either. I'm gonna cover us up on the screen. Ooh, that's better.
Hello.
Hi. Ooh, man. It has been quite a week.
It has been quite a week.
Yeah.
You want to tell them your furniture adventures?
No. We went to IKEA. I built a lot of furniture.
End of story.
It's been a lot of furniture.
A lot of good stuff came out this week.
Yeah,
and we read a lot of it together.
Yeah, we did.
Cute like that.
We did. We talked about books a lot today.
We did. I'm very proud of us. We should have saved it.
Yeah.
We should have gone live the moment we read it.
Yeah, probably. That's probably a better call for us. I didn't think that through. Okay, that's gonna be better.
There you are. Because we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, we do need to talk about that. Whenever you're ready.
Just let me know.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
let's just talk about books then.
Let's just talk about books.
Jump in. Tom Taylor's first issue of Detective comes out tomorrow. I'm very sad that he's not on Nightwing anymore, but this first issue is adding whole new layers to the Batman origin story. That usually when they add new layers, it's like, whatever. But I think this is going to be really cool. There's a new vigilante / serial killer in Gotham. And he is helping Batman. Yeah.
It's really, really good.
There's a lot of flashbacks to his dad as a doctor. And the whole story ties in with Joe Chill and with his parents' murder. And with his parents being just good people. And it's, bad things happen to good people in Gotham City.
Yes. And the whole, which lives are more important? And which lives do you save when there are multiple lives at stake?
And it's one artist, as far as I can tell. I think it's Michael Janin. I'm not 100% sure. But he seems to have two different art styles. This is what it looks like in the present day. And then he's doing flashbacks. And it's a slightly different style.
Yeah, the color is different.
Yeah,
and it looks more old-timey.
I love that.
The dynamics are really good, color-wise.
And it's a little different when he's Batman and when he's Bruce. Like the sharpness, the color, all of it is a little tweaked a little bit every time we switch POVs, kind of.
It's all very intentional. It feels correct.
The last time, when J.H. Williams III was doing Batwoman, he did a lot of this. He had two completely distinct styles for the Kate Kane stuff and for the Batwoman stuff. And this is sort of reminiscent of that. We got one artist doing three different distinct styles, which it's impressive. But Tom Taylor, we are all big fans.
Yes.
We love him. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. I hope he lasts on this at least as long as he did on Nightwing. He was on Nightwing for 3.5 years, something like that, which is a good run.
Chunk.
That felt like it ended way too soon. Because
because it was really good.
I really love his run on Nightwing. And I really hope, because the version of Bruce we got in Tom Taylor's Nightwing is one that we don't see very often. The good dad Batman. We don't get to see him very often.
The people part of the story.
This guy, he's like, I took in all these orphans because I myself was an orphan and I understand their pain. And then usually we just see him as like a sadistic drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Not as like a loving parent. So
the emotions.
I saw a great meme the other day. It was Superman and Lois, and they had John, and they were like, look at our little golden retriever baby boy. And then it was like Batman with his cat children. He's holding up Jason. He's like, I found it in a dumpster. he hates me. I'm going to keep him forever. I love him. And I'm like, yep.
It's true.
Superman and Batman are dogs and cats. Yep. I mean, he kind of did find Jason in a dumpster. It's true.
He? Yeah.
He was stealing the hubcaps off the Batmobile.
Oh my god.
In an alley. Because his parents were strung out somewhere. Or something. I can't remember. Anyway. You like mythology, you say?
Oh my god. Have we got the book for you?
So, it's a new book from Image. I do not know the creative team at all. I know nothing about them. It's called Null Hunter. And I was reading this, and I'd forgotten the solicit, and once I remembered, I was like, oh, right, that's why I ordered extras of these. And I was like, this story, it's very sci-fi. Like, cyborgs and, like, spaceships and very sci-fi. And I was like, the things that's happening seem familiar somehow. And then I looked at the back. And this book is a sci-fi version of the Trials of Hercules. Which, if you are familiar with Greek mythology, Hercules kills his family and then has to go and do all these trials to make up for it. And so that's how this story starts. But the dude who's like the Hercules character, he's missing both his arms because of a war he fought in. So he's got these big cybernetic implant arms, and like dream PTSDs kills his family. That's like the first 3 pages.
Wow.
And then shenanigans. But there's giant, like, cybernetic lion monsters.
I'm down.
That's like the first trial. He has to go fight the something lion. I forget the name of the lion.
I should know this.
Dandy? I don't remember.
Lion?
Oh my god, I killed Tess. It's been a long day.
I might read this one now.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a little gross, especially because they kind of show them re-implanting cybernetics throughout his entire body, and it's a little...
Yeah, I don't really like that very much.
It's a little gutsy.
Gutsy.
A little gutsy. So, all right. So we're going to talk about Philip's Pick of the Week.
Even though he's not here.
Which Jacqueline and I talked about this morning because it's a new Katie Cook book.
Woo!
And it's just fun to say Katie Cook book.
This one, we actually learned how to cook with radishes.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't read it.
Oh. It's called Nothing Special, Volume 2, Concerning Wings. I have not read Volume 1.
You didn't read Volume 1?
No, because every time I go to read it,
it sells out.
We have sold out.
Yeah.
And Jacqueline and I discovered this morning that we are sold out again, and we need to reorder Volume 1.
We do.
But we have a ton of Volume 2s because we've had to restock Volume 1 about 400 times.
400 million.
And for anyone that comes in to get a Volume 2, they all have book plates signed by Katie Cook.
Woo! So please come and buy them. We have a lot.
We do have a lot, but man, it is...
It's a good story.
Look how cute that radish is. I want to hang out with that radish.
I want it to be my best friend. It has been so long since I read the first book. I have to reread it so I understand.
That's understandable. I didn't even mean to say it like that. Oh, God. Yeah, this is super cute. I do need to read these.
It is really, really cute. I'll bring you my copy.
But that is Philip's Pick of the Week. Since he's not here, we will...
talk about it for him.
Thank you, Rachel. The Nemean lion. Nemean lion?
The
Nemeanomenon. All right. So the book I think Phoebe was most excited about this week because we read Manchurian a month ago, and it was the first of a bunch of one-shots where they're doing genre stories with ethnicities that aren't typically the stars of those stories. So Manchurian was a James Bond type book with a Chinese spy instead of an American or a British spy. And their spycraft is significantly different, so it explored all of that. Now, this Sacred Damned feels like a John Constantine story. It's like an occult detective kind of thing, but with a female Muslim protagonist. And the demonic entity she has to deal with is a jinn.
It's really good.
It is really good. It's kind of gross sometimes.
It's really gross, actually.
If you've ever read Stephen King's Thinner, it's that.
It is that.
He gets fatter instead of thinner.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same vibe.
That's a good, yeah.
And then there's a preview in it. The next one shot is about African werewolves that are like a biker gang, I think. I'm really excited for that.
It looks awesome.
But this whole thing,
it was just a one shot, but I totally would have read more. They set it up.
They really set up all of these one shots. If the one shots do well enough and there's enough of a demand, they will become miniseries and or ongoing series. Mm-hmm. So far, the first two of these could easily sustain a series. The main character is really interesting.
Yeah.
Flawed, because the best main characters are. Mm-hmm. And has, like, there's, of course, the little twist at the end. It's like, oh, that's upsetting.
Uh-huh.
Why is that
So if you want to be a little bit upset, you should read this book.
Yeah. There's like a letter at the beginning of each of these kind of explaining why they're doing what they're doing. And then there's a letter from the creator kind of being like, hey, thanks for checking out my book. Here's what I would like to do with it, kind of thing, or here's why we did it. Mm-hmm. But I love the idea of bending genres to fit new people.
Yes.
Because they're like...
The same stories being told by different lenses is always very interesting.
It's always well done. Like, I think that's why Jordan Peele's horror movies, which some of them aren't even horror, they're just really good, like suspenseful. But I think that's why, they've been so successful, is because we get to see a whole new perspective in this genre that we're very familiar with. We've seen these types of films before, but it's a fresh look.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm excited to have that in my comics too.
Heck yeah.
This one I wasn't going to read until Philip said that it was really cool.
Iron Man.
So it's a brand new Iron Man #1.
I bet we'll sell out.
Probably, because I didn't really order a lot of extras, because Iron Man sells the way Iron Man sells usually. This is an interesting idea. I haven't read Iron Man in years, so I don't really know. They tell me enough information to know that someone had stolen his company from him, and at the end of the last story arc, he finally got it back. And now he's trying to fix all the problems. Mm-hmm. Basically, I think whoever bought it was using Iron Man technology to make Sentinels to hunt mutants. Which Tony was married to a mutant in that run.
Yeah.
So, that didn't go over well for anybody.
No.
So this is him being like, we're not doing that anymore. That's over. And also, Tony looks like he did in Avengers Endgame at the beginning, when he's all emaciated and bruised and like he looks like he's about to die any minute. He looks like that through this whole book. I don't know what's been going on with him, but dude, he's got like crazy hair and a shaggy beard and is like rail thin. He's clearly been going through it. And So anyway, a whole stable of bad guys get together, and they're like, actually, we're going to do a hostile takeover, and once again, we're going to take your company. Mm-hmm. And they have a virus that messes with his armor, so he's making basically steampunk armor. That's the way that Philip said it. He's like, I'm excited to read about steampunk Iron Man, and I was like,
we don't get a whole lot of steampunk superheroes.
Yeah, so this ends with Tony building new armor that isn't connected to, that's more like the original armor. That it's all self-contained, there's no AI, there's no connectivity to the internet. It is just straight up weapon.
That's awesome.
Nothing fancy. But yeah, Tony's going through it. He's having a bad time.
Aww.
There was a team up. They called themselves Tiger Pack. It's I don't remember what that guy's name is. It's a tiger guy and a tiger shark teaming up, and Tony's like, "You need more tiger guys because your cat guy and your shark guy, not the best team up.
Oh,
like you're kind of sad."
Yeah, a cat guy and a shark guy.
Yeah, but they both have tiger in their name.
So
sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue.
I'm
just a little confused.
No kitty. All right. We're going to talk about my pick of the week, which I've been talking about since I read it a month ago.
It's very good.
I read it again today. Tess also read it.
It's...
So, Absolute Batman did really well for us. We sold out. I'm hoping to have more in soon. I read Absolute Superman. I think it's really good. I think this is the best of the three. And my opinion may be in the minority opinion, but this book is a manga.
It is.
Pretending to be a Western comic. She has a giant anime sword that she pulls out of like her Mary Poppins bag. Mm-hmm. She's full of magic. She doesn't have a lasso of truth. She's got some kind of lasso and it looks angry.
Yes.
I will say that the monsters she has to fight look exactly like the monsters from Darwin Cook's DC New Frontier that came out 25 years ago. They're weird flying things. I don't really... I thought they sort of look like pterodactyls, but less defined. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a Minecraft pterodactyl. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
And they're all in this like floating...
Yeah, it looks like a big Star Destroyer, but it's like a rock floating in the air, and these things are coming out, and then a giant one comes out, and
it reminded me a lot of How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes!
You know, when that, like, all of them are flying out, and then the big one at the end.
Absolutely. That is exactly what it felt like to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, the backstory here is, I don't want to give away too much.
No.
Let's show that page, though.
This one?
Yeah.
Look at how cool she is.
She is awesome. She's got so cool. This helmet that makes her kind of look like Ares a little bit. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's definitely giving warrior princess.
Yeah, she is super rad. She's riding around on Pegasus, but he undead. He's basically a Pegasus skeleton with wings, so he looks also rad. She is just super cool, and we get to see her, like, sort of her history growing up. Mm-hmm. The Amazons don't exist.
No.
She was dropped on an island called Hell with Cersei, who is a traditional Wonder Woman villain, and as an infant, and then has her Disney Hercules moment with a glowy snake thing. And then it basically grows up on this island with Cersei, learning how to be a witch. Because Cersei's a witch. She does magic. Mm-hmm. So Diana's got, like, sweet, like, magic rune tattoos, a giant anime sword, an undead Pegasus. It's just like everything I wanted as a kid.
It is so cool.
When I was like 12 years old, I begged my mom for a Wonder Woman cake. I was obsessed. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because I knew somehow this book was coming.
This was coming in my lifetime.
And this is just
you can sense it.
This is all I've ever wanted in life.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And the art's really great too. I really love the parts where it's like showing time passing in the cave.
Yeah, again, it's like the flashbacks are the art's a little bit different. Oh yeah, the time passing.
The time passing, I love it.
The use of light sources is really good.
Yes.
And I like studied these panels go across both pages, so it's like four huge long panels, and there's so much visual information. It's really fun to just spend some time in that panel. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All the little details.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, if you want to read an action adventure story that has sorcery, giant anime sword, weird flying monster things, an undead Pegasus, a scaredy cat reporter with a cameraman who makes fun of him for being a scaredy cat, this book has everything.
This is perfect for you.
It has everything.
Please come buy it tomorrow. Please.
Yeah, and if you don't come by tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure if it'll still be here this weekend. And
Exactly.
And after I read it, I kind of doubled my order.
If we get even half the same response as we got for Absolute Batman.
I was ordering it in the same numbers as Wonder Woman, which is about half Batman. And then I ordered this in Batman numbers. So
wow.
I ordered it in the hopes that weeks from now, by the time number 2 comes out, we still have some left. But I don't know that that's going to be true.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're like already sold out of the second printing of Absolute Batman.
If we get the second printing.
If we get the second printing.
Because the second printing had to be ordered before the first issue came out, so I didn't order any. So we ordered them after the fact. They're doing a third printing. They're doing a noir version, which is a black and white version of the Batman. So I did order some of the noir. I will be ordering some of the third prints when they are available to order. So,
yeah. I have a stack of sticky notes of people we need to call.
All right, now we're going to talk about Tessa's pick of the week.
My pick of the week.
And I saw her reading this, and I was like, oh, that looks cute.
It is so cute.
And so I also read this. The Sweetness Between Us by Sarah Winifred Searle.
It's so cute.
Oh my god. It is, and actually in between reading this and doing this, in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, somebody was like, romance is like the non-comic book. Romance is the biggest category for reading, which Phoebe reminded me of after our After Dark Friday. Because we were making fun of
course.
What were we making fun of? The movies. The Hallmark movies.
Yes.
Which we all love. Like, they're terrible and we love them. But, like, romance is the biggest category for books in the world. And somebody was like, why isn't there more romance comics? I never see any romance comics. I'm like, you're looking in the wrong place. They're all in the young adult section.
The young adult section.
And then I mentioned this specifically and gave them a link to the publisher. And I was like, this is about a young diabetic boy
and a vampire
and a freshly minted vampire who fall in love.
Yep. And it's really cute. It speaks on like codependency as well because the vampire, she's a vegan vampire. She doesn't really normally drink blood. She
was a vegan as a human. And when she turned into a vampire, she was like, I'm still a vegan. I'm not going to eat anything that was alive.
But she started tasting the boy Pearlie's blood to see if his sugar levels were okay.
He forgot his diabetic strips one day. He left them at home, and he was like, oh no, what do I do? And, like, vampires can... Basically, within about 5... I don't know what the points are. Your blood sugar.
Yeah.
But within, like, 5, can, like, taste it and be like, oh, your blood sugar is, like, 150.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because didn't have any blood testing strips, it's like tasted it, and the vampire character whose name is complicated. Amandine. Okay. Is having problems with energy and being lethargic because they won't drink any real blood. So, like, this one tiny drop of blood, they were like, oh, I'm alert. I'm awake. I'm awake. I can think more. I have more energy. I can do stuff. I can, So they start this thing where, like, every day, before and after every meal, she's testing her boyfriend's blood. And then at some point, they're like, whoa.
Wait a minute. That's weird.
Which, honestly, this is one of the things that I love about stories like this, where these teen characters have the emotional maturity to be like, this is unhealthy. Because usually teens are shown as just idiots.
Yes.
Which I was an idiot as a teen. But sometimes these kids are brilliant and don't need to be dumbed down. So I really like it when I get to see these kids be like, actually, what we're doing is detrimental to our mental health and to our relationship. And normally in a romance, there's this like big epic breakup and like everything is terrible. And in this, it's just like, we have become codependent. We need to find a way to balance.
Yes.
And I thought that was a really nice change of pace for, and I guess a lot of the YA graphic novels, they find ways of making it so that like the big oh god dramatic shift is a little more like real than just like the wacky misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Of like, oh no, he fell asleep at someone's house, kind of nonsense.
I thought it was also really good because it showed they were like the only two characters for the beginning of the story, but by the end they had each found their own groups of people, their own separate groups, and I think that's really important, especially like in a relationship. You can't just have each other.
Yeah.
You need other people as well. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, and then by the end they were integrating their two groups.
They were.
Because the boy works on a farm. They have artisanal wool that they make, and like I think the part of this that I identified with the most is that whenever he is stressed out, he's got a bunch of bunnies and he lays on the floor, puts the bunnies on him, and just like sprinkles flowers around. So the bunnies are just sitting on him and munching on flowers. And he's just laying there like this is. And I'm like,
I want to do that.
Yeah, I've been there. I understand that feeling very well. Anyway, I love a good love story, especially one that's this adorable.
Yes.
And then it also touches on the problems if you're diabetic and you don't have a lot of money or you don't have fancy insurance. Like, it can be like financially crippling to deal with being diabetic. So we see all of these things, and like his parents bought a farm in Maine.
Something like that.
They have a farm in Maine. His dad has had to go back to work at like a full-time job because the money they make off of their artisanal wool farm wasn't enough to pay for his meds. So, you know, it talks about a lot of real world issues. And then this young vampire girl, in this world, the vampires aren't like threatening. And so like he comes from a long line of vampires. And so like his great aunt, there was a car accident. She was about to die. Great aunt comes, swoops in, turns into a vampire. Like that's the gist of it. And it's one of those things like the government doesn't usually let someone this young get turned into a vampire unless they're all about to die.
Yeah.
So like vampires are the norm here. So are werewolves and a guy that's a moth.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, a guy that's a moth. Like supernatural creatures just exist, but they've kind of lost that supernatural sheen. They're just part of the world. They're not
sparkly.
Yeah. So she like is trying to learn, or her great aunt is very excited to teach her history, and she is struggling with like she's freshly turned vampire. She's tired all the time, and it almost like it feels a little bit like she's a black girl and her family is black, and it's like when you're young and you're dealing with all of the things around you and you've got people in your life who are like, I'm going to teach you about your ancestors, and you're like, actually I would rather you leave me alone right now because I'm dealing with my teen stuff. And I felt like it was a little bit of an allegory for that.
Definitely.
A little bit of like the feeling of being overwhelmed as a teenager. You've got everything about your life changes so fast between the ages of like 13 and 18. Like it's nonstop and it's super fast, and you barely have time to catch your breath before the next thing happens.
Yeah.
And this, I don't know if they were going for that, but it felt, this whole thing feels partly like an allegory just for adolescence.
Yes,
just
100%.
For dealing with being a teenager, which is exhausting.
Yeah.
As a lifelong teen, I can tell you, it is difficult.
Oh my god. But
so anyway,
the art's really cute.
It is very cute. Here's them making out in the car.
Adorable.
It's, oh god. Yeah, it is very cute. And then in the back, there's some like extra little like doodles of stuff that didn't quite make it in. But were, oh my god, yeah, they're really, I laughed out loud a couple times. There's an old like Nosferatu type vampire dude.
A little gremlin
who has like a bird feeder that it's not for birds, it's for squirrels. Because
he eats squirrels.
He eats squirrels.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The book is very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I put it up there with Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah, honestly, they were really both. Yeah. It was really good.
It's a great week for books. There's a bunch of other stuff that came out this week that was really good. The first Nightwing post Tom Taylor, which is a good jumping on point for people who haven't been reading the book. I'm trying to remember what else I read. Spider-Boy has Daredevil in it. Scarlet Witch has Daredevil in it. So if you're a Daredevil fan, he's everywhere.
It's a great week for you.
But you know how Matt is. He gets around. The first volume of Saga has been reprinted in the 6x9 format. The way that they did with Invincible, which, and kind of like what DC is doing with the DC Compact Edition. Thank you. And then Marvel's got a version of that coming out the end of this year, early next year, which I'm really excited about.
Yes.
New York Comic-Con was this weekend, and so much stuff came out of New York Comic-Con. I haven't really had time to digest it all.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of
stuff
that came out.
There's a lot of stuff happening right now with like movies being made and different series starting, and then we've got a ton of things.
Oh yeah, I guess we
little
can
segue
get into
here.
So this Friday, we're gonna have Silver the Hedgehog and the Lunar Wolf Power Ranger here from 3 to 7, doing a signing. Cyrus is very excited because Sonic. Yeah. So those guys are going to be here, Friday 3 to 7. So you should come on out. And,
come on out, say hi.
Say hi, get some autographs if you have any toys or whatever. I haven't been very communicative with these guys, which is my fault. So I don't know what they're bringing to be signed, but I'm sure these guys always have cool headshots and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, I will be over at Midlothian Mines Park for the 3rd annual Haunted Woods with Chesterfield Police Athletic League. We've done a bunch of stuff with those guys. This is the 3rd year.
They came out to the Fall Festival.
They were here at Fall Festival, yep. I'm going out to I got a bunch of free comics. I've got a big stack of comics for kids and a big stack of comics for adults, which I didn't have the last couple years. And we'll have some candy. We're just going to give stuff away. I'll have stickers and business cards and bookmarks and stuff to give away. This is more like community event kind of thing. And it's starting earlier than normal. Or earlier than it did in the past. It's going to be starting at 1 p.m. And it's going to run basically until people stop going through. I'll be there from 1 o'clock probably till around the time it gets dark. So
go say hi.
Yeah, you should come out, say hi.
Also, come say hi to me. I'll be at the shop.
Yeah, she'll be at the shop. I'll be down the street at Midlothian Mines.
You can hit us both.
Yeah, absolutely.
2-in-1 deal.
Yeah. It's like a mile away. It's really close. And I have not ever gone through the haunted trail thing because I've always set up. But the people that I know that went through it said it was awesome. I know they spent a lot of time setting it all up and getting everything together.
Yeah.
And then in November 23rd, we're going to be back over at the Raceway for the Richmond Comic-Con. Our good buddy Brett puts it on a couple times a year.
Brett.
And it's always a fun time. Philip's going to come out with me for this one, so it will be I think it's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
We're going to be out there. I haven't decided what all I'm taking. I think I got some new Silver Age stuff that I'm going to be pricing over the next few weeks, so I think I might be bringing out some new silver. And then I know Philip and I will be out there talking about
RCX Media.
So we'll have a little bit of everything going on out there.
And I'll be here, so you can come visit me as well.
And then Tess will also be here. Also on December 7th, Tess will also be here. I
will also be here.
But Philip and I will be at Cosplay World. We're going to be set up as RCX Media. I keep wanting to say 3B Press, which not many people are going to know what I'm talking about, but that's okay.
Maybe Rachel.
I don't even know if Rachel... I don't know. But anyway, we're going to be at Cosplay World. I know Philip and Jacqueline will be cosplaying. I might be. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
We'll see. And then on December 14th, you should come by the shop because I'll be here that day. because Tess.
Oh my God, that's right. I won't be here.
Won't be here. You forgot.
I was like, why are you here that day? I mean,
Yeah,
I will not be here.
Tess won't be here on December 14th.
Not.
Yep.
I will not. I'm going to see Romeo and Juliet on Broadway with Gregory.
Oh my God, that sounds so good. You know what? Romeo is the worst character in the history.
The history of characters.
Yeah, I hate him so much.
He's the worst.
You should introduce your friends.
Oh my God, I completely forgot. Okay, so we're selling Squishables in the store now. So look at this
They're
guy.
just so cute.
They're just so cute and squishy. This one, and he is a opal ceratops.
Oh.
Adorable.
Is this a Steven Universe Ceratops?
It looks like it,
It
right?
does. It really
just
does.
Adorable. This one's my favorite. It's a snail. Look at that. It has a little antenna and a little thing right there.
Yeah.
And then the most exciting for everybody else is this giant Mothman. It's huge, and its wings have magnets in them, so
He can hug you.
he can hug you.
If you're skinny
He
enough.
can hug yourself. He can hug himself. He can be scared and cover his little eyeballs. And he's giant and very squishy.
They are very squishy.
So if you want to just come by the store and give a hug to one of them, hugs are free. Hugs are free.
Yeah, it's like Jimmy John's, where we have free smells. We have free hugs
We have free hugs.
for inanimate objects.
Inanimate objects. But yeah, it's very exciting. We still do not have a display for them, so they're kind of just on shelves.
Yeah, the display's on its way. It should be here any minute now.
Yes, there is a plague doctor. There are so many.
You brought one over.
Oh my God, I did bring one over. Oh, he was hidden from the moth. He was hidden by the Mothman. Oh dear. So this is the plague doctor. This is glow in the dark.
Oh.
Which is very adorable.
I did not know his lantern glowed in the dark. That's amazing.
He's so cute. I can't handle it. Rachel, you should come in and buy one of each. You deserve it.
Yeah, the more we sell, the more that we will
The more that
restock.
we get.
Yeah. Like they've been out for what, 24 hours, 48 hours? I already bought one.
I need to buy one. I have no money.
Well, you just bought a
I bought books.
She was like, I have an order of books.
Yeah.
I get
I
it.
bought books instead.
I get it.
But
I did that last week.
one of these days.
Yep.
I'll just buy them all. I will. It's okay. I'll go bankrupt for my store.
So this Friday is Cancel My Box.
Oh,
which
yeah.
should be where it's going to be live because we never found a time to really sit down and record. Life is hectic right now. That's right. Rachel's having a new grandson.
What?
Yes, congratulations
Congrats.
to Rachel. Anyway, this Friday we're going to talk about starting points for people who want to get into reading comics or graphic novels. And we have a lot of ideas.
We do.
And I will say that since Philip and I sat down 6-8 months ago and brainstormed the ideas for these, we have gotten significantly more good starting points to point people
That's
to.
true, yeah.
Since then. So we may have more than we bargained for.
I love that though.
But
that's always good.
Friday will be like, where's a good jumping on point? Where should I dip a toe into the comic book
Dip a toe.
universe?
That'll be great. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll actually watch this one. I haven't seen the others yet.
That's all right. We put a lot of effort into them, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's no big deal.
I'll get to them eventually.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for us
I think
tonight.
that's probably enough.
Yeah.
We did our best.
Yeah. Our best is the best we can do.
Our best is the best is the best is the best.
Whew. All right. Well, thanks for coming out and watching our nonsense.
Yes.
And we will, hopefully I'll see all of you on Friday for Cancel My Box. We're going to do this one again at 9:30. I know Tess had mentioned last week during After Dark that she would like to do it earlier because she's an old lady. And that's understandable. We have to really.
You have to respect my boundaries.
Yeah, we need to respect our elders and make sure that they eat their tapioca and go to bed on time.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I think that's it. We're in a few minutes early tonight, but
It's because Philip's not here. You
and
can
also
blame
because
him.
I didn't sleep last night.
Truth.
So, thanks guys, and we'll see you next week.
Next week. How do I end it?
How do you end? I don't even know.